Can you imagine the aftermath of a nuclear war? A thought so horrifying it sends shivers down the spine. We start with the immediate effects. An enormous explosion releasing a wave of energy so powerful it's beyond human comprehension. This isn't just a regular bomb, it's a nuclear bomb that unleashes a force equivalent to millions of tons of TNT. The initial blast is just the beginning. It's followed by a wave of intense heat, enough to incinerate everything within kilometers. And then comes the radiation, invisible yet deadly, seeping into every nook and cranny, lingering for years, even decades. But the terror doesn't end there. Picture this: a nuclear winter, a global environmental catastrophe, skies dark with soot, temperatures plummeting, crops failing. We're talking about a world devoid of sunlight, a world shrouded in darkness, an apocalyptic scenario indeed. But what does it look like in numbers? Let's quantify this unimaginable scenario. Imagine a world with over 15,000 nuclear warheads. That's enough to destroy our planet many times over. To put that into perspective, the destructive power of these weapons is over 1,000,000 times greater than the bomb that devastated Hiroshima during World War II. Yes, you heard that right, 1,000,000 times greater. Now let's consider the immediate casualties. If a nuclear war were to occur, the initial death toll could be in the hundreds of millions, if not billions. That's almost a third of the world's population wiped out in a matter of minutes. The blast, heat, and immediate radiation would cause unimaginable destruction and loss of life. But the immediate casualties are only part of the story. The long-term environmental and health effects would be catastrophic and far-reaching. A nuclear war would cause a nuclear winter, blocking out the sun's rays and causing temperatures to plummet. This could last for years, leading to worldwide famine as crops fail and livestock die. In terms of health effects, the survivors of a nuclear war would face the risk of radiation sickness, cancer, genetic mutations, and a host of other life-threatening conditions. The healthcare systems, already devastated by the initial blast, would be ill-equipped to cope with these challenges. Lastly, let's talk about recovery time. It's difficult to estimate how long it would take for life to return to some semblance of normal after a nuclear war. But according to some experts, it could take hundreds, if not thousands of years for the environment to recover. Civilization as we know it would be changed forever. These numbers paint a grim picture of human and environmental devastation. But the horror of nuclear war doesn't end with the blast. Imagine for a moment the chilling reality of a post-nuclear world. The immediate destruction is unimaginable, yes, but the long-term aftermath is perhaps even more frightening. A nuclear war isn't just a single event, it's a chain of devastating effects that continue to unfold over days, months, years, even generations. Survivors of the initial blast would face a cruel existence. They would be tormented by radiation sickness, a slow and painful illness that can lead to severe burns, organ failure, and even death. But that's not all. The lingering radiation could cause genetic mutations, leading to a surge in birth defects and diseases among future generations. The environment too would suffer greatly. The intense heat and radiation from a nuclear explosion can annihilate entire ecosystems, turning lush forests into barren wastelands. The dust and debris thrown into the atmosphere could block out the sun, causing a nuclear winter. This could lead to a catastrophic drop in temperatures, destroying crops and causing mass starvation. And then, there's the societal impact. The collapse of governments, economies, and entire nations is a very real possibility. In the face of such unprecedented destruction, societal norms and structures could unravel, leading to chaos and lawlessness. But in the midst of this chaos, a new world order might emerge. This could be a world defined by survival of the fittest, or a world where the remnants of humanity band together, striving to rebuild amidst the ruins. The geopolitical landscape would also be forever altered. Power dynamics could shift dramatically, with the survivors of nuclear states potentially wielding immense influence. The ethical, moral, and legal implications of nuclear warfare would spark intense debates, reshaping international relations. So you see, the aftermath of a nuclear war extends far beyond the initial explosion. It's a ripple effect of catastrophic proportions, a terrifying domino effect that could reshape our world in ways we can barely comprehend. The world as we know it would be forever changed. Could humanity recover from such a catastrophe? This question lingers in the air, heavy with the weight of uncertainty. After the devastation of a nuclear war, the path to recovery is not a straight line. It's a winding road, fraught with obstacles and setbacks. The physical challenges are immense. Rebuilding society from the ground up, cleaning up radiation, restoring the environment, these are monumental tasks. But they are not insurmountable. With time, effort, and ingenuity, humans have the potential to reclaim their world. Yet, the psychological and cultural impacts of a nuclear war are perhaps even more formidable. The trauma of such an event can echo through generations, shaping societies in profound and lasting ways. But humans are resilient, they adapt, they innovate, and they find ways to heal. The path to recovery is not easy. It's a journey of 1,000 steps, each one harder than the last, but it is a journey worth undertaking. The road to recovery would be long and fraught with challenges. So, what have we learned about the aftermath of nuclear war? We've journeyed through the unthinkable realities of a world devastated by nuclear conflict. We've seen the staggering numbers, the millions of lives lost, the unimaginable physical destruction, and the environmental catastrophe that follows. We've explored the long-term aftermath, a world shrouded in nuclear winter, with societies struggling to survive in a harsh, irradiated landscape. We've also examined the path to recovery, a task that is Herculean in its scale and complexity. It would require unprecedented global cooperation and an unwavering commitment to rebuilding and healing, not just the physical scars but the psychological ones as well. The stark truth is, the aftermath of a nuclear war is a scenario we should strive to avoid at all costs. It's a bleak, harrowing vision of a future we cannot afford. The only sure way to survive a nuclear war is to prevent it from happening in the first place.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narration.